How's it going, everyone? Got a couple of things to talk about in this video. A couple of notable free updates for a couple of titles coming next week. Kena Bridge of Spirits will be having its anniversary update. We'll talk about that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla patch 1.61 will be dropping as well. So a couple of things to be excited for there. And we have yet another update on A Plague Tale Requiem coming from the interview from Play Magazine as far as the length of the game and some of the other elements. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. But Kena Bridge of Spirits, one of the earlier PlayStation 5 titles, will be getting its anniversary update next week, September 27th. It will be dropping and it'll be featuring some new content. The update is absolutely free. And while I say it's an early PS5 title, I mean, technically speaking, it came out in the midway point at this point of the PS5's generation. It came out a year ago, hence the anniversary update. Thomas Varga, game writer from Ember Labs, spoke a little bit about the update coming from the PlayStation blog, noting the day is almost here. The free anniversary update for Kena Bridge of Spirits will be live on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on Tuesday, September the 27th. With that, I believe the game is also releasing on Steam if you do want to play it on PC. We were very excited to see fans' positive reaction to the announcement last month, and now we can't wait for everyone to experience the new content. To celebrate the release, we wanted to share an inside look at the creative and technical process behind the creation of Kena's new outfits for the anniversary update. If you missed the announcement detailing all the other new content, they have a link for that. As far as the other content that will be coming to the anniversary update, you've got Charmstones being a big addition in the September 27th update. Individually equipable, these new unique collectibles each provide different adjustments to Kena's stats and abilities. Some Charmstones contain a benefit and a drawback, encouraging players to strategize about how they want to take on certain enemies and challenges. Rare cursed Charmstones are aimed at players who want a serious challenge by attacking the game with reduced abilities. Players will find most Charmstones hidden around the world itself. In a whole new game mode, access from the Mask Shrine, the Spirit Guide trials will challenge players' skills by building a variety of replayable challenges. We wanted to encourage all players to test out different combinations of their upgrades and deepen their combat experiences. The Spirit Guide trials fall into 3 different categories: obstacle courses, wave defenses, and boss reflex. Each trial can be played as many times as possible. And you can go back, and that adds a little bit of replayability to the game as well. There will also be an exclusive outfit for Deluxe Edition owners, so you can enjoy that. I think a lot of other developers could easily make the argument that this would be a $10 upgrade or something like that. Nice to see it being a new upgrade. On top of that, there will be New Game Plus. New Game Plus has been a big request. Once players have completed the game, they will have the opportunity to convert their save file into New Game Plus. From there, they will restart Kena's journey with all of their previous unlocked abilities, upgrades, outfits, rot as they face redesign and more challenging combat encounters as well. All of that will be coming on September the 27th, and again, over on the PlayStation blog, they have a little bit of what went into the outfits as well. The Bomb Maker, the Villager outfits, etc., etc. Pretty in-depth blog post, so I'll leave a link in the description box below on that. Alright, moving on from that, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a game that is wrapping up its last batch of updates as we are getting into the final quest update later on this year. But there's still a bevy of updates to come, and game update 1.61 will be dropping on September 27th as well. It includes the second part of the Tombs of the Fallen storyline, and a new feature in Runeforge will also be unlocked with this update. That'll be coming September the 27th. Also on September the 27th, as I mentioned, Tombs of the Fallen Part 2, and then Runeforge, and then come October 20th, a free limited time event will be happening as well with a festival event. You can check that out when that does come. Assassin's Creed, obviously, Ubisoft kind of has shifted their focus into, instead of releasing yearly titles, it's more of release a game and then keep it updated for a very long time. That's why, while Ubisoft is throwing their games, and Assassin's Creed most notably, into PlayStation Plus Extra, you have to consider the fact there's a reason why titles like AC Valhalla and Odyssey, as well as they sell, they go on sale very, very quickly. Well, I believe it's because Ubisoft wants you to buy the game. They get that initial $60 from the people that want to play it day one, and at that point, that is where the bulk of the sales come from. But then, they want more people invested into the game so they can invest them into the experience, all these updates, all the additional content. Obviously, a lot of it is free, but some of it is paid content, so yeah, that is something to consider there, but I feel like it's a decent formula in terms of keeping people invested. I know AC Valhalla, based on the people that I talked to, seem to think that it's the weakest of the 3 games. For me, Valhalla was probably the one that I got into the most, but I love the Viking setting, so that was probably the one that kept me hooked into it more than anything else. But yeah, everybody seems to like Odyssey the best. Even one of my boys that just started playing Assassin's Creed for the very first time, never played the OG AC titles. He played the newer Assassin's Creed games, and he played Origins, played Odyssey, and then he got to Valhalla and didn't think that highly about Valhalla, but loved Odyssey. So yeah, and I always read in the comment section, everybody seems to love Odyssey. So yeah, take that for what you will, but more content coming to AC Valhalla as well. Remember, the game is available through PlayStation Plus Extra, and I will say, it was a PlayStation 5 launch title. It was the first game I played on my PlayStation 5. That's because I had a friend over, and they really wanted to see how the game looked on the console, and they were just blown away by the frame rate more than anything else when they realized the difference of 30 versus 60 FPS. Nonetheless, no reason to get into that tangent right now. More content coming to AC Valhalla very soon. Lastly, I do want to note A Plague Tale Requiem. The game length is said to be 15 to 18 hours long with no filler content. This is coming from the latest issue of Play Magazine, and it was noted it's about pacing. There's no filler. There's no trying to make it longer because we need to. Our publisher, Focus Interactive, encourages us to do the length we want to do for this game for the story we want to tell. So we're not aiming for a specific amount of hours. This is not something that we take into account when we first designed the game. We're a small team of 70 people, so we have to be really drastic about our choices. Absolutely fine with this. You know, I know that there's a lot of people that love their open world games. They're games that they can sink 100, 150, even like 50 to 80 hours into. But sometimes it's nice to just have a 15 to 18 hour game. And even for that, a single player game, 15 to 18 hours is still a reasonably sized campaign. That is perfectly fine with me, because as much people that want to get the most out of their dollar and get the most amount of content, an equal amount of people have busy lives that they gotta live. They got their 9 to 5. They might have children. You can't jump into a 50 to 80 hour game all the time. And like, I know that there's a lot of people that, you know, they're in that 25 to 34 age bracket. They got their social life. They might have children. They have their 9 to 5 right out of college. Like, it's not those school years for a lot of us that like can sink so many hours into games. I know, you know, for some of us, we're in positions where we like to play lengthier games, and I definitely can get into a large open world games, but not every game has to be, you know, 60, 70, 80 plus hours. Sometimes I like me my 8 to 15 hour experiences, and in this case, 15 to 18 hours, totally cool with that. You know, there's games like back in the day, Spec Ops The Line was one of my favorite games back in the day, and that game was super, super short, but it told its story, had an emotional story, did a good job, boom, I'm done with it, let's move on. I know not everybody wants to be dropping $60 on a 7-hour game or whatever the case may be, but there's an audience for shorter games and games that do tell their story. And I even hesitate to say that 15 to 18 hours is a shorter game. Let's say it's even 12 to 14 hours, you know, for the people that maybe rush through it a little bit. That's still a pretty reasonable length in my opinion. Especially for me, if it's a game that I really enjoy and I can get 12 to 14 hours out of it on launch day, at some point, I usually revisit the games I really like. So, yeah, you can get a second playthrough. And, you know, I hate to make the comparison to movie tickets, but we're on that. Movie tickets get kind of pricey these days. And I'm getting a lot of entertainment for my dollar out of a video game. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. And Plague Tale Requiem is a game that's going to be on Game Pass. It's a game that is going to be $60 instead of $70. So some things to take into consideration there. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Ken of Bridge of Spirits getting its anniversary update next week. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be getting its Tombs of the Fallen story update. The second part of that with patch 1.1 on the same day of September the 27th. And the Plague Tale Requiem, I am down for the 15 to 18 hour game. It's something that I can appreciate, and I know that there's a lot of other people that have 800 games in their backlog that can appreciate that as well, or they got busy day-to-day lives, whatever the case may be. But that's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.